Okay, the plan slightly failed. We ran out of camera memory before we got into the garage, but we're going to go in and we're going to fuel up regardless, because there's no point in not, now that we've started our new video. So you can see there the price of fuel is 98 pence a litre. That is by far and away the cheapest fuel in the game. And if you have a garage in Poland, it's even cheaper. It's usually about 5-10 pence a litre cheaper. So let's rock and roll. Now that we've got a full fuel tank, all we need to worry about now is sleep. So we've got to sleep in 15 minutes shy of an hour in game time. So it's yeah, when it says 1940, well, it's actually when it says 1930 we need to start looking. So we get on the road, we're back on the road, we're in Poland. We nearly collected what looks like a Fiat Punto. This is not good. I don't know what speed limit that was, whether that was 70 or... I think that was 70. Everyone seems to be ticking along at about... We'll set the thing at 69. Is it 6? We set our cruise control and then we can't bust. That's the one good thing about cruise control, is you set it and you can't break the speed limit. As long as you give it as long as the speed limit's 17, you say you stick it at 68. Unless you're going downhill, you're unlikely to clatter that into that speed limit. Get off the rumble strip. So it's looking a little bit more industrial here in Poland, which feels accurate. I don't know whether it's actually accurate, but it feels more accurate. I don't know whether those cone-shaped hay bales are particularly Polish. Oh, hello. That's right. Pull in front of me and then slow down. What's the speed limit? Oh, I can't read it. This is the biggest drawback. I think it's 50. The biggest drawback of a low-res screen is the road signs. The posted speed limit signs are impossible to... Alright, we're down to 40. Alright, let's... I think we're alright from here. Okay, so another toll booth. So this is where we find out how expensive the tolls are in Poland. Okay. £43, not bad considering how far we've come. It's not the cheapest we've had. I think the cheapest we had is £4, but that was a very short road. So we could have taken a sleep there, but as I said, we've got another 4 hours to go. So yeah, 4 hours. So when the clock reads, when the clock actually reads 20, then not 1930, but 23. 23:15. We'll when it says 23:15, you see the clock there. That's the in-game time. When it says 23:15, we'll start worrying about trying to find somewhere to park for the night. Trying not to clatter the load against everything, because we are reasonably okay. Oh, speeding! I missed a speed sign. Damn it! because I was too busy concentrating on damage and times and lows. This is probably something you won't have to worry too much about when you are driving for yourself rather than driving for a YouTube audience. With driving for yourself, you can keep going into that menu without boring people. I'm aware that every time I go into the menu or to the map, even though I've done it quite frequently in this journey, 70k, I suppose it's not as riveting, or maybe it is. I don't know. If you think that visiting the menu frequently breaks up the monotony of the journey, then let me know in the comments. 40k. Okay, we pick up a new ticket for our for the next toll road. I do like that they've chosen to make the vehicles go as far to the left as possible near the toll booth. So let's pick our ticket and let's make our way. So hopefully, because we're on the left hand side, we've got right of way. That won't stop vehicles from trying to drive into us, as I've discovered. But we're all clear. Right, we're back up to 70, which will take this lorry a little while with this load. So I would imagine that by the time we hit 70, we'll already be on national speed limit roads. 63, 64, 65, and we're on a national speed limit road. So yeah, we didn't have to worry. So we've got just under 6 hours of our journey left. It's starting to get dark, so I'm going to put the main beams on, sorry. And then when it gets really dark, I'll put the high beams on. I've got a mod, which I meant to talk about, and I never got round to in the last video, which is a lighting mod. It changes the lighting effects, the daylight and nighttime lighting effects, so you get a more gradual change. You get that sort of twilight orangey colour, which is quite good. But obviously, I completely forgot about it. So, but that's okay. That's okay. We're talking about it now. So to recap the mods that I've got installed, I've got the 3 parts of the Pro Mod map: the def file and the 2 map files. I've got the Volvo black cab and blue LED mod. I've got the realistic tyres mod, which changes the tyre names to realistic tyre names, so Goodyear's to Goodyear, stuff like that. The tyres look a bit more realistic as well. I've got 3 Volvo mods, an FM12, an FM10, and a VNL 7, I think it is. The VNL Volvo mod is a bullnose Volvo mod, an American big rig style big rig. They should all be purchasable from the Volvo dealership, but I don't know whether I've got them installed properly or not. But they don't appear, and I haven't seen them in game, so I would suspect that there's a mod conflict somewhere. I've got an Italy map mod which adds 2 cities, Modena and Parma. I have got the darkness mod. I've got a rear lighting mod which didn't work, which is a real shame, because that of all of the mods, aside from the map mods, that's the one I wanted the most, because it's the most difficult thing to do. Park at night time when all you can see is the little white box. I've got no idea how lorry drivers do it when they haven't got a box to aim at like we have in the game. What else have I got? I do have a realistic physics mod, but I've not got it activated for this profile yet. As I said in my previous video, I'm going to try that out on my test profile for a few journeys before I put it on a profile that I am keen on. and I'm keen on this profile, and I want to keep this profile good. And quite often these mods can have a bit of a devastating effect if they go belly up. I've also got a actually, I don't think I've got it activated. I've got a xenon mod which adds more realistic light levels, so that it throws more, when you've got the main beam on, it throws more light, but I don't have it activated for some reason. I think I keep forgetting to do it. Either that, or it's not really making much of a difference. But I will have a look at that before I launch the next video. Now obviously we are not going to level up, and we're not going to earn a skill point. We're not going to have upgrades to look at the end, at the beginning of the next video, because I just don't think we're going to get enough XP out from this journey to do that. I think we're now looking at just over 2 journeys for every upgrade and skill upgrade. So it is going to take us a little while, this journey and some portion of the next journey, to earn the required XP to level up. But our primary goal, I've just looked at our income, and we're on 3,000, and I'm guessing that's because we've paid another loan instalment. Okay. 70. Let's knock it down to 70. That's the speed camera. So we're good. We're under the speed limit, so we're not going to get a ticket. But what we are doing is approaching a toll booth. So let's get over. And let's get that one, because he should be through the toll booth by the time we get to it. £63. It's not as cheap in Poland as I thought it might be. I'm beginning to come round to the view that Poland is quite expensive for toll booths, but dirt cheap for petrol. Kind of makes... What the heck are you doing? Kind of makes sense. I'm wondering whether they've got the infrastructure to collect taxes like we have in the UK. Whether they have an income tax or not, where it's collected at source. I doubt it's as bad as Greece, where whole towns don't pay tax. Last year, or year before last, Greece was having real problems, and we're bailing Greece out. And people are complaining because part of the bailout was that certain things, certain financial constraints were put upon government spending, which the Greek people nearly rioted about. Now, I would understand that rioting if the Greek people were renowned for paying taxes, but the Greek people are renowned for exactly the opposite. There are whole towns in Greece that haven't paid taxes, and I don't understand why the government isn't chasing these people. If you want schools, if you want roads, if you want hospitals, if you want a police force and a fire service and an ambulance service, if you want these crucial public services, you've got to pay for them, and the way you pay for them is paying taxes. So every person that refuses to pay tax makes me angry. If you're earning money, you contribute to society by paying taxes. I pay taxes. For instance, a lot of people will complain that they're not benefiting from school. So why should they pay for other people's kids to go to school? The author John Green, I think, gave the best riposte to that stupid question I've ever heard. I pay taxes. Even though I don't have a kid in the school system, because I want to live in a country where I'm not surrounded by stupid people. You pay taxes so that people can go to school, because you all benefit. Every human being on this planet benefits from a well-educated populace. A well-educated populace develops medicines creates inventions, makes people's lives easier and safer and longer and better and more comfortable and more enjoyable. Every single penny you spend in tax, some of it will end up contributing to you having a better life. So pay your bloody taxes. I was having a discussion with a fellow Euro trucker who lives in Britain. He lives in Scotland, and he hates the BBC. I think the guy's wonderful, but this is where he and I fall out violently. BBC is a wonderful institution. It doesn't matter whether you don't like the programming or not. The fact is, the programming is enjoyable. Alright, we have to find somewhere to rest. Let's look at our map. And let's look at F6, an hour and a half, and our map again. Oops. We are not going to find anywhere within an hour and a half, so now is the time to go in and get some rest. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to pop in and get some rest. So let's park up. And hopefully we'll hear the bing in a minute. No? No, that's the wrong direction. Oh, I do this every time. Come on, give us the bing, let us park, let us rest. Come on, let us rest. We might be, I think we might be in the car one. Alright, let's try the other side. Other side must be the truck. Oh no, come on. Press the right button. No, I keep pressing the wrong damn button. Oh, that's because I'm not facing the right direction, I'm confused. Oh, sweet suffering Sakatash. Where am I? I'm on the wrong bleeding side. Right. Let's see if we can back up and get this thing parked properly. Oh, no. No. I'm glad I did it early now, because we are struggling to get this parked, and if I'm not careful, we're going to end up putting it into the front of another lorry. Come on. No. There we go. Phew. I had a fear that we wouldn't get that done. Right, so it's 7 in the morning. Let's blow this popsicle stand. Let's go. Let's get on the road, Jack. Let's hit the road, Jack, sorry. Let's get on the road, bub. So we got a bit of money from one of our drivers while we were asleep. That's always good. We are 10% away from our £80,000 goal for truck number 4 in the fleet. This is yes. You can just actually the lighting. Can you see the horizon above the bridge? You can see that slightly sort of orangey brown look to the sky. That is the the lighting effect at work. It's mimicking the sun rising above in the background and sort of adding that little orangey hue to the skyline. I'm not 100% convinced yet, but I'm going to give it a go for a few journeys, and if I don't like it, I'll just get rid of it. That one I know you can remove without dramatically affecting. And we'll do it. If we do remove it, we'll remove it between journeys, not during a journey, so that we're not dumped. Speeding fine, £400. We're not concentrating on the speeding, so that's dumped us back down to below 8,000. Okay, so let's get ourselves safely through this. £5, it's nice and cheap. So we're on the outskirts of Warsaw, so we will pick up Warsaw with no doubt. If we see the sign saying Warsaw, you've discovered Warsaw, then we'll go into Warsaw. If we don't see it, we won't do it. Going to be quite strict with myself about that. We have to see the sign that's saying you have discovered Warsaw before we go in and look for the discoverables. And then all is right with the world. But it would be nice to get a recruitment agency. As I've already said, recruitment agencies are going to be. Yeah, Warsaw is discovered. Excellent. So let's make sure that we do this relatively quickly, because we're at the end of our journey. So second right, first left, and then we'll do a loop back to the road. Yeah, I didn't realise that Warsaw had so many high-rise buildings. It looks like Manhattan from here. So we're gonna whip down. Actually, has it only got one discoverable? Warsaw, the capital of Poland, has only got one. Okay, fair enough. That seems a bit arse backward, but fair enough. Ours is not the reason why. We're not the makers of the game. You'll notice that I got away with travelling through a yellow light. I was going when that happened. And it happened as I was passing it, so you kind of, just as in real life, you kind of get away with it. If it's dangerous for you to stop for a yellow light, you don't see that change really quickly. Parking brake on. I'm going to go through a whole new not a whole new. I'm going to add a certain bit to the procedure of dumping the load. So before I hit the T button, I'm going to GNU will not go away. I'm going to switch off put the parking brake on and switch off the engine, and then hit the T button. Add that little bit, just for me, that little bit of realism. It's a recruitment agency. Fantastic. That's exactly what we wanted. We want to find those recruitment agencies. So it's going to be a right turn here. And then follow the road to Białystok, or Białystok. I'm not sure how that's pronounced. I'm going to produce a little guide for myself, so that when I'm doing these videos, I know what the correct pronunciation is. Because it's a little disrespectful to not use the correct word when it's so easy to find out what that correct pronunciation is. Ooh, put my parking brake on. And just to tell you what, the fastest way to make sure the lights change in your favour is to put the parking brake on, or to put the vehicle in neutral, take it out of gear. Either of those things, if you've been sat sort of with your foot on the clutch, your parking brake off, ready to go, the fastest way to get it to change, the lights to change to green, is to put the parking brake on and take your foot off the clutch, or take your vehicle out of gear and put your foot on the clutch, and immediately it wants to change. I know that's not true, but that's just how it feels. And there we go. I didn't use the parking brake that time. I really have got to get used to using that parking brake whenever I come to a halt. I would have to in real life. In fact, I probably would in real life if I was driving a lorry. I'd probably want that parking brake to stop me from rolling forwards or backwards. So we're nearly at Białystok. We've nearly got our second discovered city in Poland, our first destination in Poland. Or did we get out? I forget now. I honestly, I forget where I have and haven't been, because I've got more than one profile. I forget where I have and haven't been. This is what I do in real life, is if I see a red light ahead of me and I can see it's been there for a little while, if you sort of ease off the accelerator and drift towards the traffic light, half the time it'll change. Half the time it'll change to green by the time you've ride it, and you've got so much momentum because you're still going. And going from stationary to moving is possibly the most stressful thing you can do to a car or a truck. You actually save yourself a lot of grief, a lot of fuel, and a lot of time by slowly drifting towards a junction and towards a set of lights. It's good. Life tip there. Life hack. 70. I wish I could do 70. We're doing 15 because the vehicle in front is crawling along. 2.5 hours. That's probably about 5 minutes of real time left in our journey. So we're nearly at Białystok. We've nearly gone to the opposite end of the map, as far east as we can go. I'd love it to be further, and from what I understand, ProMod's Euromir map, as I understand it, it is Estonia, Latvia and Lithuania and a small part of Russia. That doesn't mean Moscow though. That will mean the most western cities. Moscow is a good deal into Russia. It's on the western side of Russia, but it's a good deal in. So that'd be nice to be able to go up. It'd be nice to be able to go to Hungary and Romania without having to completely obliterate the map, which is what happens. There are two maps, one for Hungary, one for Romania. Both of them have got invisible walls. Both of them have got significant issues with them, but both of them, crucially, take up all of the space. They're 1-to-1. Instead of making them 1-to-15 like SCS have, they've decided to make them 1-to-1, which is just I don't understand why you would obliterate a whole map unless you're so proud of your home nation that that's all you want to drive in. Well, that's fine. That's up to you. I would rather have a representation of Hungary and Romania than the whole damn thing. But I don't think that Romania and Hungary are ever going to get upgraded. I think at this point SCS have created as many maps as they're ever going to create for European Truck Simulator 2, and if they make more, it's because they are making European Truck Simulator 3. I'm properly excited about the prospect of that. Okay, that was bad driving. Which I somehow, by some miracle, got away with. So we are checking our GPS to see how far we are away. We're an hour and 30 minutes of game time, which is a couple of minutes. And then we shall park our load and be done with it. and we will see how close we are to level 13, which is our next port of call, level-wise and skill-wise. We're alright for fuel, and we don't need to have a rest, so we can pass that happily. But that one's close enough to the road that the game... Oh, we're in the outskirts of Białystok. Okay. And that guy came out and nearly clattered into him. So... I love it, the different fields. See, when we were in Germany, they were cone-like, but they're round over here. I don't know whether that's accurate or not, but that was good. Oh, got a little bit of a fright there. That car pulled itself out really quickly. So we're headed. We're on our way. Being over. Apparently, we're going too slow. Apparently, we're going too slow. Oh, I'm doing 70k on that, and that's too slow. And then he decides to slow down. What speed? That's the speed limit, 50. All right, let's set the cruise control at 48, and then we will be unlikely to break the speed limit. Because you just know that I'll get caught by a traffic cam if I speed. And we're back up to national speed limit. There we go, good. Yes, you can see that sort of hue is starting to disappear, and on the right hand side we've got that sort of orangey sky, and on the left hand side we've got the blue skies. It's all beautiful. It's all good. And more hay bales around it. It's curious actually. I'm in New Zealand, and they do two different ways of hay baling. They do the hay baling in the round bales like that, and then they do sort of square bales. But what they do is they vacuum pack them in plastic shrink wrap. Well, not shrink wrap, so that it's more robust than that. But they vacuum pack them, and I don't know. I think that might be to stop rain getting at them, and then... oh, did you see the combine harvester on the right-hand side? There's those beautiful little touches that... we keep seeing signs for Białystok. And I keep thinking that means we're in Białystok, but then I see the little white arrow, which tells me that, in fact, no, it's just pointing us in the direction of Białystok. The name Białystok, I didn't realise it was a place name. I thought it was the name of a person. I thought it was a surname. I mean, it can be both. That absolutely is both. But I know it from a Mel Brooks film called The Producers, with who's in The Producers? I forget now. It's a sort of a 70s movie about a chap that realises that he can make more money from investors if a play fails than he can if it's a success. And so he sets out with a young accountant who shows a penchant and a love of musicals. He sets out to make the most appalling musical, to shut down as quickly as possible. And they make a musical called Springtime Springtime for Hitler in Germany. The most tasteless possible musical you can imagine. So hang on, let's look at our map a second. Okay, yeah, and just the one flipping discoverable in Białystok. Okay, so we take left, and then do a loop on right. And we'll have a discoverable, and we'll drop our load. That sounded awful. I do apologise. Drop our cargo. And that wasn't drifting, that was coming to a grinding halt. And there we go. I had time, because I was going so slow, I had time to put the indicators on. There we go. Oh, I got a bit of video stutter there, that wasn't good. And it's switched off all by itself. Recruitment agency, excellent. Olżycyn. I believe that's how you pronounce that, Olżycyn. And it's a right turn, yeah, it's a right turn. I like doing that. If I've got time and I can reach the indicator button without crashing the lorry, then I will try to. Sometimes I just forget to, and that won't go off, so we'll turn it off ourselves. No. So I'd never heard of Białystok as a town until I played this game. I'd heard the word Białystok because it was a surname from a film that I'd enjoyed very much. But there you go. I need to start remembering to come up with subjects to talk about for these things, because I tend to wander aimlessly through conversational cul-de-sacs. And here we are. And in we go. Where do we drop our load? Right there. Oh no. I'm going to pull in and do a U anyway. I'm trying a different approach to so let's get that angle right. Oh no, it's too fast. But we're doing the right thing. We're heading in the right direction. Yeah, we're too far over. So we need to. Yeah, the dream of getting a load backed up first time is still a long way off. But that's not too bad. I think we might get. There we go. And we're in. So, parking brake on, engine off, hit the T to dump the trailer. Excellent! We got an excellent rating. Yes! We got a sub 1000 drive. So, whoops. So 972 kilometers, 25 hours and 25 minutes, 433.1 litres of fuel. We earned 17,124 base reward with 972 XP. Proficiency bonus for level 12 of £3,082. A long distance delivery bonus with skill rank of 2 of £1,637 and 243 XP. A high value cargo bonus of with a skill rank of 1 of £818 or 174 XP. An urgent delivery bonus, skill rank 1 of £490 or 194 XP, and a parking bonus of 45 XP, giving us a total of £23,151, 1,628 XP. We rocketed through level 12 and we are very close to 13, but we're still a level 12 skilled worker with an XP total of 18,109, with a level cap for 12 of 18,700. So we're nearly there. So, exciting stuff. We don't have a skill point to assign or an upgrade to look at, but we do have a journey to make. So until I see you in the next video, I'll see you on the road.